Alright, found another casualty of our recent windstorms back here. This little section of the fence must have got hit by a gust and just fell right apart. It used to be one of those pre-manufactured fence panels with the tongue and groove vertical boards and a lattice on top. You can see that post right there is broken off. It's a redwood post, but even on the redwood, only the red parts of the lumber, that's the heartwood, are decay resistant. Anything that's not, it's that lighter color of the sapwood, that's going to just rot right off there at the ground, and I'm sure that's what happened here. Anyway, looks like I've got my project for the day. Okay, got my trusty wagon with all my tools in it, and the first step, of course, is to tear out the existing fence. Let's just put together some screws, so I'll start with my driver. Okay, that was the easy part. The harder part is going to be digging out that big chunk of concrete that was surrounding the base of that post. I'm going to try and do it with my trenching shovel here. That way I don't make that hole too big around where the post is. Otherwise I'll have to use a whole extra bag of concrete in there. So I got my demolition bar. That's what I'm going to use to try and pry up that chunk of concrete as I dig around it. And you never want to pry too hard with your shovel, because if you get your shovel underneath things and try and pry it up, one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to break your handle off right there, and you're going to crack your shovel blade right below where this little rib comes in there. You never want to do that. Well, I'm lucky enough to have part of that concrete chip off. If I can get another piece chipped off like that, broken off, I'll be in pretty good shape. There we go. Well, that looks good. I'm going to clean this out some. Well, since I was lucky enough to have those two pieces break off the smaller half of that concrete, I'm going to leave this bigger piece in there. It came out pretty clean, and you can see where the post is before. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just set my new post right in here, cheating a little bit. What you want to do if you do that, you want to dig around the edges of that existing concrete, because when you pour the new concrete in there, it's not just going to stick to it. It's got to go around these edges, and that'll help it grip onto that. If I don't do that, I'll be fixing this post again soon. I should be able to fit this post right in there. That looks good. Well, when I pulled all the old fence panels off the travel trailer before putting up the pavilion, I stuck them back over here behind the red barn. I figured they'd come in handy sometime. And sure enough, got a couple left. it's close. I think I can just short it in there with my tie bar here. Maybe just a little gentle persuasion. I got one of my ratchet straps I use for tying down lumber on my pickup truck. And what I'll do is, the post is leaning out a little bit, so I'll wrap it around the tree and pull the post straight. If you're not lucky enough to have a ratchet strap in a tree nearby, you can brace it with a stick. Alright, so I brought out my mixing box, and I'm just using ordinary 50-pound bags of fence post concrete mix, and that should work out really well. When I'm doing this, I found it's easier just to take a bucket of water and use that to mix with instead of having a hose with the sprayer. I've got the sprayer half the time I step on it, it sprays me. So I just fill the bucket and I'll be fine. Now you want to mix it per the manufacturer's guidelines. I've been doing this a long time, so I can kind of do it by eye and know when it's right. Bringing out my second bag. Don't skimp on your concrete. These bags aren't that expensive, just a few dollars a bag. Put in as much as you can. You want to fill that hole all the way up. Always wear gloves when you're using the concrete. This is very alkali, and you can burn your skin and really irritate the skin. And now that's really it. All I have to do is wait for this to dry. I can pull out my braces. It'll be good as new. In fact, maybe better than new. I used a pressure treated post. Anytime appearance is not a consideration, I always advise using a pressure treated post. They do last a lot longer. If you have to use a redwood post for aesthetic reasons, be sure and get one that is solid red. Don't let it have any of the white sapwood on it. Pick through the pile till you find one.